and sword. I'm the J-Dog. And I don't remember what the hell we're doing. So let's check our thing. The guy in Nico's photograph, he brought grease paint from the costume shop and rented 2 costumes. Seamus depicts symbols of the clown. Apparently called himself Khan. I'm on his trail. Okay. Gave the tailor Charlotte another call. He knew something. He's staying at the Hotel Ubu, so that's where we're at. Nico was right. Police are ignoring these murders. Victor Rousseau refers to having discussed the incident and says he's been taken off the case.
The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot.
Look at these guys.
The guy looked just like a weasel.
There, you see? Well, let's talk to the big guy. Although I want to hear that guy talk.
Yeah?
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him. Oh, that's too bad. I love the
This
clown,
guy's like a
don't
typical
you?
big dumb idiot.
I've seen daytime television that was funnier.
I love it when the little guys get hurt.
That figures.
Custard pies, hose pipe down the pants, then smack! A plank in the kisser.
Okay, so we should be able to trick this guy.
Do you happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
You ever meet a guy called Plantar?
No, I ain't.
You missed your chance. If you're quick, you'll catch him at the coroner's.
Aww.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
Is this a trick question?
No. I simply asked if you recognized him.
Okay then. No, I don't.
Shake my hand.
Nah.
Oh, rats. See you later.
Not if you see me first.
Okay. Let's talk to the weasel.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm looking for a clown.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I really am looking for a clown.
There are no clowns here except you.
Hey, now.
Have you heard of a guy called Plantar?
No. That name means nothing to me.
Do you know a
Who are
man
these
by
guys
the name
looking
of
for?
Khan?
No, I don't.
It's very important I get to see him, and
I told you. I don't know it.
Okay, well, you recognize
you
this
recognize the guy in this photograph.
guy? You seen
No,
this guy?
I never
Damn it.
saw it.
You shake my hand?
Will you shake my hand?
Are you joking? Who knows where it has been?
Alright, let's go on in.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight. I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce.
Go up the stairs. I can't use the phone. Alright, let's give the old lady a talking to.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I
Oh,
do
wow.
for you?
She is ugly.
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet!
She thought we were going to holler at
I
her.
once had a
No.
boy called George.
No.
I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
What's up with the 2 dudes out
Did
front?
you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
They're gangsters.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Dick.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
So
Have you
know
come
him?
across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organises fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
Vacation
I
holiday?
didn't
What's the
realize
difference?
you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. The wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting.
Coq au vin? What
I
the fuck is
was
that?
thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
What's going on
What
this night?
happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it
She's got
should
large
be.
tits? Is that
The
what you just said?
intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers.
Oh, wow.
He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affection.
Oh, what a jerk.
And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Oh,
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
same guy?
My God, it's him. That's Merlin.
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no. Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about.
Yeah, we
That's
just went
the
through
man
that.
who spurned me.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stone.
Maybe we shouldn't have told her.
Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
Okay.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling.
So how are we going to get in the
Obviously-
safe?
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase.
I bet they did too.
Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
I might have to.
If I could get in there, I would. I just couldn't bring myself to use the butter on this dear lady.
Okay. So can we scroll the screen? We can scroll the screen. Let's talk to everybody.
Excuse me, didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
What a jerk.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's good.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have. Have you seen a clown?
I
He
beg
wasn't
your
just as a
pardon?
clown
A
here.
clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England, Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Everything. Well, this guy's kind of a dick.
May I shake you by the hand?
I do not shake the hands of imperialist dogs.
Now that's a real bad attitude problem you've got there. Have you any idea what...
I can
Would
That's
it
not
mean
what I
any...
meant to do.
such technology.
Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Merlin.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective. What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people,
You know he's a killer.
of course, amongst other things.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
Glad we did that.
What does this clown's nose suggest to you?
In my country, we have no use for clowns.
I'm glad to hear it.
They were dealt with most severely in the last cultural cleansing.
What about the mines? Did you get them too?
They killed all the
Oh,
clowns.
Our streets are mine-free.
Oh,
Sounds
man.
like heaven. Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Okay, so he's...
The clerk wore a disdainful expression, like he'd been born with it. Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag. Hanging from a brass...
Okay, so we gotta get that shit somehow.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel. The clerk wore a disdainful expression. I want some information.
Oh, he looks like
Who are you,
snooty.
The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
The hell?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
Alright. We
What
knew
name?
I cannot tell you that.
It's Merlin, isn't it? Alias Khan, the clown.
I told you, I cannot tell you that.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
Oh, no,
You
no.
say so.
No clowns in the
Do
hotel.
you know a man named Plantow?
No, monsieur.
Nobody knows that dude.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats.
Alright, tell me what...
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
Oh, he's gonna let me
A
look
man
at
who
it?
calls himself Khan has a scar on his right cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not. but I'd noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar. Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not,
Damn.
monsieur. I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Room 22. Let's go check it out. Let's save it. Room 22. What we got here? We're going to do it on time. That's got a 3 on it.
The sign on the door read 21.
It looks like a fucking 3.
If the tailor's description was correct, this was the killer's room. The sign on the door read 22. The sign on the door read 22. The door was locked.
Dun dun dun. That was worth breaking it down. Let's see if we can go in through 21.
The door was locked.
What if we just try to pick up the key?
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Okay.
What? You were trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
What now, monsieur?
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
Can we take that room?
I'd like to check into room 21.
Here it is.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
I believe Khan, the man with the scar, is also known as Merlin, the man who has taken room 22.
What of it? What do you want?
Access to his room.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot help.
Maybe
I
that guy's
insist
got some
you give me the
credentials.
key to Merlin's room.
I cannot do that, monsieur.
This guy Merlin is a menace.
So you say, monsieur.
He's not only a danger to society, but to your guests as well. He has toyed with the affections of Lady Piermont.
Ciel! Are there no depths to which he will not sink?
Precisely.
So did that work?
He's already killed once, twice, maybe as many as 3 times. With your help, I just might be able to stop him.
But what if he finds out I have helped you? No, I cannot do it.
Oh, come on, man.
Hello again. This is a photo of Khan, right?
That is just one of the names by which he is known.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Okay, we got to get some ID.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Hello, George.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Yes, I am.
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scout Bonner?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking? thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape.
That's kind of gross.
Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Nice.
I say, you there, flunky?
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Get her. Look at the way he walks.
Over to you, my dear.
Alright, in we go.
The door was locked.
I really gotta go and get the key.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Alright, so there's no door.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe. There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Nothing there. In the window. Let's look at the end table. Maybe something useful in there. A Bible, a phone book.
A cabinet stood beside the bed. The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
That's gross. Oh, up on the rooftop. Oh, we can't save it. Now we can. Alright, we are in.
The cabinet had no drawers, just a single door.
Does this one smell like onions too?
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed. The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying.
I'm gonna lay down, take a nap.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits. It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died.
Okay.
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected...
Why would you
it
half
was empty.
expect? You know he'd put stuff in the safe.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
Alright, what's he got in here?
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture. The closet was a solid, The closet...
Do I have to open both sides? Is that what it is?
The closet was a solid... The closet was a solid, impressive piece of
I'm so confused right now.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique...
Search the bed again?
The bed was fresh...
I gotta get something out of this.
The closet...
Okay, there's one there. Now there's two.
The closet was a solid... The closet was... The closet... The closet...
It disappears right at the end there. I don't use a hint, but I feel like we're missing something. I don't know what it is. There are no hints.
It was Khan. I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Okay, maybe this is what I'm getting out of it.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead. But he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me.
For a killer, he's not very
I
smart.
didn't usually spy on men getting changed. But this guy was a killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed.
Take a look at these pants.
I wondered if the guy was colorblind. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch. A strip along the... then sewn back... There was no bulge in the pocket. I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. The
Ew.
pocket was empty. There was nothing in the pocket. I flipped the pants over. I tried not to think that the assassin's butt had just been in here. I found nothing in the pocket. It looked like there could be something in this pocket.
Oh yeah, let's grab it then.
I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end. The pocket was... I pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord.
I wonder what that did. Did we not get it?
The pocket was... I found nothing in the pocket. I turned the pants over again. There was nothing in the... The pocket was empty. I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card.
Ah.
It read Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. There was nothing else in...
Alright. So we got an ID. So now we should be able to get in that safe and see what those documents are and get a little more information from our friend. But that's going to have to wait till next time, guys. So drop a like if you haven't and drop a sub if you're new. I am